So I know that right now we're living in a very, very weird uh, moments in our life. I don't think we have ever like experienced something like that before. Uh, I just hope everyone is safe out there. We're hearing about new cases every day and new, people dying and people losing their jobs, and the unemployment rate is hitting the roof right now. So it's really, sad to see all this happening every day. And we as human beings, as average people, we will never really know the real agenda behind this corona. We're hearing a lot of stuff that this corona is like there are some political and some economical agendas behind it. We will never know, as average people. We will just be victims to what's happening right now, and we just have to accept it and live with it. But in Clubridge, we learned something that, challenges make us stronger. I'm sure that all of us will become stronger after this challenge. Actually, our business really boomed during the Corona times. Um I was talking to someone yesterday, and he was telling me, how are you guys succeeding in these times? It's very simple. If you want to succeed in any business in the world, just provide a proper solution to an existing problem. And right now, and this is what I'm going to share with you today, guys, we have a great solution to an existing problem. You know, everyone knows the AIDS, right? But in Clubridge, we call it something else. So right now, everyone is having Corona plus AIDS, but not the normal AIDS we know. This AIDS is different. It's acute income deficiency syndrome. People are seriously losing their jobs. Their income is getting cut in half, and the situation is getting very bad right now. I have a lot of people who lost their jobs already. So in Clubridge, we decided to focus on ourselves. We can never change the economy of Egypt, the economy of Nigeria, of the UK, of any country here. But we can focus on our own countries, our own small countries, my own family, right? My mom, my dad, my sister, the people around me. If each one of us just focuses on their own country, their own small country, right? Their house, their family, we will make a big difference, I'm sure. Okay. So yeah, today we're going to discuss an amazing opportunity, and I'm sure most of you know exactly what we're going to talk about. But like I said, my issue with Corona is not just it's a pandemic that is killing people. Corona is actually like stealing money from our pockets, right? And God knows the reason behind this whole thing. But I'm sure God has his own reason behind it. And I'm sure there's a message that we have to get. And I think that all of us have to just take a pause and just reflect on our lives and see how I have been living my life for the past 3, 5, 10 years, doing what. Okay. So anyway, let me just quickly introduce myself to you guys. My name is Salah. I'm from Egypt. Okay. I've been to Nigeria before. I lived actually in Nigeria before. I studied business administration at Alexandria University. I graduated from the university, got a good job in a multinational company. I got a great experience, but along the line, I found out that my personality is not aligning with the job. I have big goals and big dreams, and I just realized that by staying in the job, I will stay there forever. They never pay us to become millionaires in the job. I never found out like one of the richest people in the world on cover the Forbes magazine cover, and this guy is like a sales manager or a marketing manager somewhere, right? They're all businessmen and entrepreneurs. So I grew up with this like burning desire that I want to become a businessman. I want to become an entrepreneur, a successful one. So in 2010, I was introduced to a great online business. It was an e-commerce business. I started immediately because I knew that my exit strategy from this trap, and I'm not against the job, but I'm against, I'm against the idea of being, living my life, making someone else richer. So I grew up, I wanted to become the one employing people, not the other, not working for someone else. So when I got this idea in 2010, I immediately grabbed it and started this business in 2010. 2011, I took the very first risk of my life, and I decided to quit my job and focus 100% on my business. 2011, 2013, I took the second biggest risk of my life, and I traveled to Nigeria. And I was actually traveling to Nigeria to live just 10 days. everybody, with all, respect to everyone from Nigeria, but everyone was warning me from Nigeria. And I said, no, don't go there. It's very dangerous and all of that. I didn't really care. I wanted to grow my business, and I had a couple of business partners over there. I traveled to Nigeria in 2013, and I found out something, that Nigeria is a beautiful place. Yes, I got duped somehow. My passport was stolen a couple of times, but at the end of the day, that's happening everywhere in the world. I love Nigeria. I was always telling them there, yes, I have an Egyptian passport, but my blood is green. I lived in Nigeria for 4 years, and I have learned a lot in this country. I met amazing people in Nigeria. Our business really grew very well, and we've been featured on the Guardian newspaper and on TV and so on. So in Nigeria, we heard about the new financial revolution, which is cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, and that's how this whole thing started. We started in not in Nigeria exactly, but we heard about it in Nigeria, and when we came back to Egypt in 2017, the whole thing started. We traveled to South Africa, and we got the entire idea. We learned everything about cryptocurrencies and about Bitcoin, and we got started in 2017. So anyway, I'm gonna share with you today an unbelievable opportunity. I'm not gonna, what I'm gonna share today is not for everyone. I'm talking to specific people who are looking for opportunities, who are open-minded, and really looking to make a difference in their lives, because we have this opportunity here, okay? I'm not gonna share today my opinion. Every single thing I'm gonna share today, it's facts and figures. Google is your friend. You can go and verify everything I'm gonna say today. So I'm not here to share my opinion and all of that. I'm gonna share the information that was shared with me in 2017 and that blew my mind. And I decided to jump immediately into this unbelievable idea. Okay, so we will talk for the next 45 minutes to 60 minutes. I will be talking to myself, to the screen, and to the camera, but I am sure that by the end of this opportunity, by the end of the meeting, you will get very valuable information, and you will get enough information to make you decide whether this opportunity is for you or not for you. Okay, so let me share my screen. So who are we? We are ClubBridge family. We're not just a normal organization or a normal company. ClubBridge is registered in Egypt, and it's registered mainly as a personal development and entrepreneurship company. But why I say it's a family, because we started with 3 people, myself, Ahmed Abdel Fattah, and Ghada Hamdan. We started in 2017, 3 people who had big dreams to make a difference in people's lives. And it happened today. Today we have more than 37 countries in ClubBridge. Okay, people are happy, everyone is excited, everyone is making money. Okay, because simply we are catching up with what's happening around the world right now. Okay, so what are you going to learn today? You will learn simply how the whole world was affected by the coronavirus, how you can start a corona-proof business from home. Okay, are you wondering how are you making how our business was exploding in the past 2 months while other people were breaking down? We were breaking records in the past 3 months, and I'm going to show you simply how. Okay, you will learn a lot about Bitcoin, about blockchain, about the entire cryptocurrency, and the whole thing about mining and all of that. Okay, and how you can become part of this financial revolution. So quickly, what's happening right now in the world? Okay, Bank of America says that the recession is already here, and this was in March already. So right now we are living right now in this recession, and they said it's going to become even worse than what happened in 2008 and 2009. I hope everyone who got affected by this, whether in their health or in their wealth, I hope everyone will survive from this, because they said we are just getting started. Okay, many people who lose their jobs. Already 40 million people in the US have lost their jobs because of the pandemic. Okay, in Egypt, during the coronavirus time, in the peak time, they actually put a limit on how much we can withdraw from our bank accounts. And I'm going to show you today how Bitcoin is solving this problem. Okay, one of my mentors taught me something. He said, Salah, the highest form of ignorance is when you reject something you don't know anything about. And unfortunately, this is what I see every day. I travel a lot. I travel to Asia, I travel to Africa, I travel to Europe, and I see people just open-minded to new ideas. And I don't know why, especially, mainly in Africa and the Middle East, we're somehow closed-minded. We are so scared to try new things. All right. And I always say that, how will you know if you don't go? We always pray to God, right? And God, please show me something. Please, give me a better, opportunity, to increase my income and so on. My question to you, how will you know if this is the opportunity that God is sending it to you or not, if you don't try it, if you don't go, right? Now, the fastest way to go backwards is to stay where we are. Because the world is moving very fast, very fast. New ideas, new opportunities. Actually, some people right now, some people have learned to turn this crisis into a massive opportunity. And that's what we did in Clubbridge. Okay. And for example, the guy who created Zoom, he made a couple of $1 billion in the past 2 months just from Zoom, right? Let's take a couple of examples for two companies who did not catch up with what's happening and they thought that they know it all. Kodak, right? After being number one in the market with 85% market share, with 170,000 employees around the world, where is Kodak today? Gone, right? Nokia, the same thing. Most of us, right, when we heard about something called the mobile phone, it was Nokia, right? And we used to play this snake game, right? Today, almost none of us is holding a Nokia phone, right? Because they failed to adopt the new technology and they failed to compete with iOS and Android. The same thing exactly will happen to any company, to any individual, or to any country that will ignore the trends and don't catch up. So Bill Gates said, if your business is not online, very soon you will be out of business. Now, how many people still have this telephone in their house, right? Maybe a few years back, it was as important as the fridge, right? But today, it's something that you can put in a museum, right? How many people are still sending mails through the postal office? That's not happening anymore. If your friend is telling you, I'm going to send a mail with a mailbox, you would just laugh at him. We had mail, and today we have what? Email, electronic mail. So what I'm going to share today with you guys is that we had cash, and today we have e-cash, electronic cash. Okay. Now, your kids, see what your kids is really focusing on right now. They're focusing on what? Mainly on playing games on iPads and iPhones. Everything is becoming digital, guys, right? That's the world before social media, right? Self-driving cars right now, and Tesla is on top of the game right now. So if Mercedes, if Porsche, if BMW won't catch up right now, Tesla will take over the market. As simple as that. There are robots right now doing operations remotely. So doctor is sitting, let's say, in China, doing an operation in Nigeria. I just saw this news a couple of days ago that there are a few robots that are using robots right now in Rwanda to attend to coronavirus patients, right? In screening, delivering their food, their drugs. Now, right now, with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, we are in the dial-up days. Everyone remember when the internet appeared in the 90s, right? And they said we're going to stop there, with the cable and the dial-up thing, right? And you have to hear this, sound before getting connected. So we are right now in the same phase with Bitcoin, okay? But right now with the internet, where's the internet today? We need internet in our life more than food. Internet is a necessity right now. It's not a luxury anymore. Maybe 20 years ago, no one was using the internet every day. But today, no one is not using the internet every day. The same thing will happen with Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies. One of the experts was sharing this, and he said that this is the future of banks. At one point, we will not need banks at all. It will become just like a museum. You're going just take a selfie with the bank. Your kids will not go to the bank anymore. If your kids, let's say you have a kid, a 5-year-old kid, they won't go to banks and open a bank account and stay waiting for their turn. Everything will become digital, right? Now, let's get into the whole thing. Now, let's talk about the evolution of money. Now, what is money? It's very important to understand what money is all about, right? Money is very simple, right? The concept itself, it's a way of communicating value between two people, right? So before talking about the future of money, let's talk a little bit about the history of money or the evolution of money. A few years back, or thousands of years back, we had this barter system, right? I give you potatoes, you give me tomatoes. And then people started to disagree that, for example, the guy wants tomato, but he doesn't like my potatoes. Okay, so they moved to something durable, like the stones and seashells and stuff like that. And then they discovered gold, and they started using gold, okay, in exchanging value. But gold was so heavy, and it was simply not secured to move all around with all this gold, right? And also they had an issue of divisibility. But they said, okay, let's make it a little bit lighter. So they created the coins, gold coins, bronze coins, and silver coins. But they still had the same issue of divisibility. If I'm buying a bottle of water and I'm paying with a coin, how the guy will give me my change back? And then a new idea appeared, which is a bank. The bank came, and it's a Chinese idea. They told people, give us your gold, and we will issue paper money for you. Okay, and this paper money, you have change. It's easy to carry. It's lighter, and so on. And we started moving bit by bit to a cashless society. Instead of you moving around with all this cash, you move with small cash, but you have your plastic card connected to your bank account. And we started moving to a cashless society. Now, each transition took people some time to grasp, right? It wasn't a very easy transition for people to move. Every transition, people faced it with resistance, right? They were resisting the change. But right now, everything is happening digitally. You are sending money through your application or your online banking, right? And then cryptocurrencies appeared. And that's, for me, is like the norm. It was so normal for this to happen anyway. Cryptocurrencies appeared in 2008, 2009. I'm going to explain to you exactly why specifically it appeared at that time. We have today more than 5,500 cryptocurrencies. Okay, on top of them is Bitcoin. It's the main coin. It's the most expensive coin. If you want to buy any other coin, you have to have Bitcoin first. Okay, so what is Bitcoin? First of all, Bitcoin is an intangible asset. Okay, you cannot touch Bitcoin. You cannot carry Bitcoins like real coins. It's not a coin. It's a digital currency, guys. Okay, so Bitcoin actually is three things together. Number one, it's a currency like the US dollar, like the Naira, like the Egyptian pound, okay, like the dirhams. So it's a currency where you can use now in thousands and thousands of places around the world and buy stuff using Bitcoin. Second, it's a payment network. How is that happening? Exactly like you are sending a WhatsApp message to your friend across the globe on the other side of the planet, you can send him $1,000 in Bitcoins with simply downloading an application, having your Bitcoins, and sending with a click of a button, boom, you are sending $1,000 across the planet. So it's a payment network as well, like Visa and MasterCard. And the third thing is a store of value. And they call Bitcoin today the digital gold because it has a lot of features like gold. Okay, scarcity and the use case, and it's hard to find, and so on. So when Bitcoin was invented, 2008, 2009, after the financial crisis and the Lehman Brothers and the domino effect that happened that affected the entire world, people lost their jobs, their homes, and their money. So what Bitcoin exactly solved, or why Bitcoin was invented? It was simply invented to solve some problems that people faced at that time. Okay, so first of all, Bitcoin gives people freedom. You can send and receive any amount of money to anyone, anywhere in the world with a click of a button. Any amount. And no one on this planet can ever stop this transaction. And that's what we call freedom, right? Can someone stop you from sending emails or sending photos through WhatsApp? Absolutely not. Why? Because the internet is decentralized. Okay, so we have been living with the internet of information for the past 20 years. Today, something new appeared, the Internet 2.0, the blockchain. And the blockchain is simply the upgrade or the next layer of the internet, where you cannot just send information. No, you can also send value. You can exchange money. Okay, so first of all, Bitcoin gives us freedom. control. No one can tell me, no, you sent too much Bitcoins today, you cannot send more. Or I want to access my money like what happened with us in Egypt here, and I can't access my money because they said, no, your limit is 10,000 pounds per day. What? Why? That's my money, right? So in Bitcoin, no one can ever control your money. And number 3 is privacy. Because when you're sending Bitcoin to someone, only your wallet address and his wallet address appears. However, if anyone tries to use Bitcoin in an illegal transaction or something, Bitcoin transactions are traceable and they will get you from the IP address of the device you used. Second thing, Bitcoin is digital and it's virus proof, right? Convenient, fast. It's exactly as if you are sending a WhatsApp message, guys. As simple as that. Number 3, low transaction fees. You can send thousands or even millions of dollars with few cents as a transaction fee. Number 4, and for me, this is one of the main features and the key features of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general, which is decentralization. No one can control the issuance of this currency. There is a protocol, there is a system, and no one can ever change it. It's inflation proof. Right now, as we speak, those who are living in the US, you can see exactly what's happening with the US. I think they are printing like $6 trillion. No limits, no gold standard, right? They're just printing money. What about us? What about the people who are holding this dollar? What about the value of this currency? What will happen if suddenly $6 trillion are jammed in the market, right? Number 5, Bitcoin can never be counterfeited. Okay, like what's happening right now with the $100, or even in Egypt here, the 200 pounds. Okay, there are 2 billion people right now in the world who are unbanked. They don't have access to bank accounts, but Bitcoin is giving them this privilege by just having a small smartphone and an internet connection. They can send and receive any amount of money to anyone, anywhere in the world. Okay. Actually, right now they're working on us sending Bitcoins offline without even needing the internet at all. Now, the first transaction of Bitcoin happened on the 22nd of May, 2010. So Bitcoin, or on that day, we went back to the barter system, but with today's technology. So 2 people agreed. Someone agreed to take 10,000 Bitcoins and give in return 2 pizzas worth of 25 US dollar. At that time, that's the guy who did this transaction. At that time, Bitcoin was worth 0.0025. Do you know what's the price of Bitcoin today? You can actually Google that, but let's quickly check it. So Bitcoin price as we speak is $9,500 for 1 Bitcoin. Can you imagine the guy paid 10,000 Bitcoins to buy a couple of pizzas for $25? The 10,000 Bitcoins right now are worth 95 million US dollars. And this is not predictions. This is not estimations. This is real money. Go and Google it. Now, I want you to imagine for a second, if you have invested $1,000 10 years ago, just 10 years ago, $1,000, and you bought, let's assume that Bitcoin was at $1. So with your $1,000, you got 1,000 Bitcoins. As we speak, you would have made 9 million US dollars. Okay, so this guy was writing on Twitter in 2011. He said, I wish I had kept my 1,700 BTC, which is Bitcoin, at 6 cents. He bought 1,700 Bitcoins at 6 cents. And when the price went to 30 cents, he sold. He felt that, wow, I made like 24 cents in each Bitcoin. That's a big profit. But unfortunately, the day he was writing this tweet, the price of Bitcoin was at $8. And I want to call him right now and say, Greg, bro, Bitcoin is at 9,000 already. Now, if you don't know Tim Draper, please Google this man and research and understand why this guy is crazy about Bitcoin. He always wears like ties, Bitcoin ties, Bitcoin socks. He's crazy about Bitcoin. And his predictions right now for 2023 that one Bitcoin will be worth 250,000 US dollars. He said Bitcoin will save us after Corona. Robert Kiyosaki, study this man. Whether you're going to invest in Bitcoin or not, this man you need to study. And I read one of the best books in my entire life, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you don't know this book, please go and read this book. It will make a big difference in your life. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So he's the author, and he said that Bitcoin is the future. He's encouraging people right now to invest in gold, or silver or in Bitcoin. And he's predicting that within the next 3 years, Bitcoin will hit 75,000 US dollars. You can check him on Twitter anyway. Okay, Richard Branson, Bitcoin will bring an economic revolution. Guys, that's not me. I'm sharing with you what the gurus, what the millionaires and the billionaires of the world are saying about Bitcoin. Okay, these people, some of the people who made millions out of Bitcoin. The first two guys here are the Winklevoss twins. These are the guys who had the court case, and they won it actually with Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook guy. They won the case, and they took the money and they bought Bitcoins with it. Today, they are multi-millionaires, right? And they have already a cryptocurrency exchange in the US called Gemini. Okay, that's quickly. I wanted to compare quickly here, all right? $100 and 1 Bitcoin. 10 years ago and today. In 2011, 1 Bitcoin would have bought, like, for you, some candies, right? 2013, some groceries. 2015, an iPad. 2018, a race. And in 2025, it can get you a Lamborghini with all these expectations anyway, right? But what about your $100? It's losing its value every single year. Not just dollar, the Egyptian pound, the naira, and all of us are already living in this mess, right? Now, the question here, what is taking the price up? Why the Bitcoin price is going up like this? And it's a logical question, but actually the answer is very logical as well. It's simply demand and supply. The person who created Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, and no one knows whether he's a guy, he's a lady, he's a country, or a team, and we don't know and we don't really care, because whether we know him or not, it won't add anything to the price of the Bitcoin. It won't add anything to the number of Bitcoins available. Nothing will change. Actually, most of us don't know who created the internet, right? However, we are eating the internet every day, correct? So anyway, Satoshi Nakamoto, who created Bitcoin, he created only 21 million coins. So only 21 million coins that will ever be created. Now, but each Bitcoin, because this is the next question you have, right? How come 21 million Bitcoin will cover or will be enough for the entire 8 billion people around the world? Now, the answer here is each Bitcoin can be divisible into 100 million pieces. So like what we have, for example, in the dollar, $1 has 100 cents, right? So 1 Bitcoin has 100 million Satoshis. So at one point, we will not talk the Bitcoin language. You will see, for example, I bought a car with 10,000 Satoshis or 5,000 Satoshis, for example, okay? Now that's a quick comparison between gold, and this is the value. If you wanna save this value in gold, that's the space you need and the security, but you can store the same value exactly in a small hardware wallet, the one you see at that down the page here, in Bitcoins. Now, that's an information that many people don't know. Is our money covered or backed up by anything? The US dollar was backed up with gold until 1971 or 1973, I think. And you can search that. Okay, you just go and Google Richard Nixon and the gold standard, and you'll see his speech. He went out and he said, okay, from now on, we will remove the gold standard from the dollar. So the US dollar, guys, is not backed up by anything. It's only backed up by people's faith in the government. And it's diminishing actually with time right now. The Fed is printing money like that with no reference or anything. Another information that the US don't own the US dollar. It's owned by the Federal Reserve, okay, the Rothschild and the Rockefeller. Now, the result of the hyperinflation, the result of countries printing of money, create money like crazy. In Zimbabwe, for example, you see here, there's one paper of $100 trillion. You see how people are carrying the money? In Venezuela, for example, and most of Latin America are facing the same thing. Money is on the street and people don't even want to go down and get the money. That's the amount of money you need to buy one chicken. So one US senator went out and he said, even if we wanted to, we couldn't ban Bitcoin because it's an unstoppable force. And you can go and Google also Jamie Dimon, the CEO or the president of JP Morgan, one of the biggest banks in the world, actually in Wall Street. In 2015, he went out and he said Bitcoin is a big bubble, and Bitcoin price was $400. Today, just go and search that. JP Morgan extends banking services to Bitcoin exchanges, Gemini and Coinbase. And I'm a big firm believer of this quote: if you can't beat them, join them. Right now, as we speak, I'm going to show you a video right now. In Ohio, for example, and some other states, people can pay their taxes in Bitcoin. Universities like offering courses, Bitcoin and blockchain courses, New York University, Princeton University, Stanford University, and there are a lot of universities today who are teaching this. Even in Egypt, we have it here. Okay, so before moving to the blockchain, let me just show you a couple of quick videos, then we'll come back. Let's see what rich people say about Bitcoin. Richard Branson, Bill Gates, and a couple of others.
In Bitcoin and the underlying technology is here to stay, so it's not going anywhere. I think you're going to see the price of Bitcoin skyrocket again. I think people are very bullish on it.
Bitcoin is better than currency.
There's a big industry around Bitcoin, and people have made fortunes out of Bitcoin.
The technical answer in Bitcoins is that Bitcoins is a remarkable cryptographic achievement.
It is a huge deal. It's a huge, huge, huge deal.
If people have got lots of Bitcoins and they want to go to space, I'd much rather they spent that money on our spaceship.
I mean, I personally own Bitcoin in my hedge fund. I own Bitcoin in my fund.
Okay, let's watch a couple of more videos quickly.
Ohio is now the first state to accept Bitcoin as a form of tax payment. Businesses in the state can now register online to pay their taxes with the cryptocurrency. Everything from cigarette sales taxes to employee withholding taxes can be paid using Bitcoin. Eventually, the state will expand the initiative to individual filers.
Now watch this one. This is a Bitcoin watch, okay? Frank Muller, just watch it. Okay, that's enough. There are a lot of videos actually you can share with you guys, but let's just get straight to the point. So what is the blockchain? So blockchain is like the underlying technology or the infrastructure of Bitcoin. Okay, now for you to send an email, what do you need? You need internet. So blockchain for Bitcoin is exactly like the internet for email. You can never send a Bitcoin without using the blockchain. So it's not centralized, but let's just call it that way, that it's the central bank of Bitcoin, which means you cannot send $1 or $1,000 or $1 million without using the blockchain. Okay, there are many other use cases actually for the blockchain, from smart contracts, from supply chain, but let's not get into these details right now. The question here: how can we benefit from this revolution, right? There are 4 ways to be part of this revolution and benefit from it. Is it too late? Absolutely not. Okay, people always ask me, so when is the best time to start? It's now. Now is the best time to start. If you ask me next year, when is the best time? I'm going to tell you now. If you ask me 5 years ago, I'm going to tell you now. So now is the best time to start. Okay, now the first way is to buy and hold. Buy, you tell me, I have to buy like 1 Bitcoin. No, you can buy half a Bitcoin. You can buy a quarter of a Bitcoin. You can buy with $2,000, worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so you don't have to buy like a full one entire Bitcoin. But the only issue with this, and this is why in Club Rich we didn't really think about it that way, that this is the best way to start. Because if I buy a couple of satoshis or some satoshis and keep it in my wallet, and once the price is up, once I go and sell them, I'm out of the game. Like what happened with this guy Greg at the beginning of the presentation, the guy on Twitter, right? Let's say you bought it today and you sell after 1 year or 2 years, and the price goes up after that. You'll feel, oh my God, I sold very early. I would have better waited. So it's a one-time profit, okay? And once you sell, you're out of the game. And for you to get involved again, what you have to do, you have to buy with the new price, okay? So if your whole idea is to make a couple of extra bucks, in the next, 1 or 2 years, yeah, it's fine. You can buy, hold, and sell whenever the price goes up. But in Club Rich, we didn't see that this is the best way to venture into this revolution. The second way, and in our opinion, this is one of the most riskiest ways to start in cryptocurrencies, which is trading. Okay, we're not experts in that, and you need to have experience. You will spend your whole day in front of the screen. Okay, so we decided not to venture through trading. The third way is to accept Bitcoin. Okay, let's say you have a coffee shop or you have a bar, for example. You can accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. So people can come and buy stuff from you and pay you in Bitcoin. So you accept it as a form of payment: cash, credit card, and Bitcoin. Or you work for a company or with a company as a partnership and get paid in Bitcoin. Like today in New Zealand, in Japan, in Korea, people are paying, or companies are paying, salaries in Bitcoin. Now the fourth way, and that's my favorite part, okay? And I want you guys to focus on me 100%. That's the main idea here. And for us, this is what we saw, the safest and the most secured and the most profitable way to venture into this opportunity. Okay, my mom, my dad, my sister, my entire family are part of this mining game. Okay, so what is mining? And I want you to focus with me here. I'm going to simplify it as much as I can, but that's the most important part of the presentation. So mining is simply the process of producing new Bitcoins. Okay, so how is that process happening? So let's forget about this slide. But first of all, people, when they hear the word mining, they think about, that they have to be wearing a helmet, right? And go and digging somewhere to get this Bitcoin out. Guys, Bitcoin is a digital currency. You don't go and dig anywhere because you won't find anything, okay? So Bitcoin is digital and mining is also a digital process, okay? So let's simplify it, okay? Now, right now, there are 15 companies, big companies around the world who are part of the mining space. Okay, so there are 15 companies around the world. Now, every day on the blockchain, there are from 300 to 500,000 transactions happening. People sending to each other Bitcoins. I'm going to show you something quickly here. I'm going to open for you here live transactions happening right now as we speak. So as we speak, what you're going to see right now are live transactions, people sending money to each other. Let me just refresh the page. Okay, I want you to focus here on the numbers moving here. You see, $3,000, $1,000, $100, $517. Actually, people are not sending the amount in dollars. What they are sending really is this amount in Bitcoins. So someone is sending 0.6 Bitcoin to someone, which is equivalent to $6,000. Okay. So these are all what? The latest unconfirmed transactions. Okay. Who is responsible of confirming those transactions? For example, in the bank, there is a guy, and this is his job, the teller in the bank. His job is to do what? Is to collect your money, count the money, make sure the money is not fake, and then record it on the system in the bank. He does this like 100 times every day, and he gets a salary by the end of the month. That's the traditional way of confirming transactions through a bank. Now, through the blockchain, this is a massive network. And this network connected all the big companies in the world who have equipments, not people now. There are equipments who are connected to the blockchain. And the job of these equipments is to do what? It's very simple, to confirm the Bitcoin transactions. So as you can see right now here, these are the latest unconfirmed transactions. So there is a protocol here that every 10 minutes, let me just show you quickly. That's actually the device. These devices were produced specifically, these are supercomputers, and they were produced specifically to confirm the Bitcoin transactions. Or maybe, any other cryptocurrencies, but I mean, these are the supercomputers. So there are 15 companies around the world. Each company has thousands and thousands of those machines. And they are connecting those machines to the blockchain and waiting for a competition that happens every 10 minutes. So what is that competition? The blockchain is designed that every 10 minutes, it accumulates the latest unconfirmed transactions that happen in the past 10 minutes in something called a block of transactions. Okay? And then it drops this block on the blockchain. So who sees this block? All the companies who are connecting their machines to the blockchain. Now, the company that their equipment will be the fastest equipments to confirm, validate, verify, and record those transactions on the blockchain wins two things. They win a block reward in Bitcoin. I'm going to explain to you how much exactly. And they get all the transaction fees attached to those transactions. So let's say the blockchain accumulated, let's say, 2,000 transactions in this block, and it dropped it on the blockchain. So company XYZ, their machines were the fastest machines to confirm those transactions and record them on the blockchain. How much this company will earn? So actually the miners are getting paid as a return for their efforts, and their machines that is connected to the blockchain, they pay electricity, they pay internet, and they secure the blockchain. By connecting all these machines to the blockchain, they also secure the network. Okay, I'm going to explain to you a couple of things here. Okay, so that's the latest equipment right now we're using. Of course, all these equipments are always updated and upgraded with faster, features and stuff like that. Now, just focus on me here, very, very important. So in 2009, the company that their machines were the fastest machines to confirm transactions, they used to get 50 Bitcoins. So the blockchain used to give automatic 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 10 minutes to whoever the company that solved it's actually a mathematical puzzle. So every 10 minutes, there is a mathematical puzzle that the blockchain is dropping. Some algorithms, okay? But you don't really have to understand what's happening on the blockchain. Like, for example, when I'm telling you, when you are sending your email, what's happening behind the scenes on Google? We don't know, and we don't really care, as long as my email is reaching to the other side, right? So that's the same thing. You don't have to really worry about what is the equation exactly and what are those algorithms. Don't waste your time and energy thinking about those things, okay? It's something that's been invented for the past 10 years, or almost 11 years right now. It's working, and it's growing, and it's taking over the world, okay? So in 2009, and this stayed for 4 years, that every 10 minutes, the blockchain was giving a block reward, 50 Bitcoins. 50 Bitcoins. So when the blockchain was created, inside the blockchain, they had the 21 million Bitcoins, and they came out to the world in a form of rewards. That's the mining process. Confirming transactions and winning Bitcoins as a reward. As simple as that, okay? So in 2012, a major event happened. And Satoshi, when he created this protocol, he made sure to create this halving event, that it should happen every 4 years to create something called a supply shock. That every 4 years, the block reward is getting cut in half. So from 2009 to 2012, the block reward was 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. 2012, it dropped to 25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. 2016, it dropped again to 12.5. 2020, and we actually lived through this process or through this halving because it happened in May, okay, and the block reward dropped from 12.5 to 6.25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. So now in total, how many Bitcoins are out and how many Bitcoins are left to be mined? From the 21 million Bitcoins, there are 18.5 million coins in circulation right now, already out. And there are 2.5 million coins who are still left to be mined, okay? Remember these numbers. So what did we do? Now, most of these companies, or actually almost all of them, the 15 companies, they are huge companies and they don't allow anyone to just come and invest with them, okay? But I believe that God sent us this opportunity from heaven, okay? That we as Club Rich, we were able to partner with a company called Mining City and MineBest. There are sister companies. Okay, let me just share with you something here. MineBest started in the mining industry in 2017. But the minimum investment with MineBest was $500,000. That was the least anyone can invest. So they spent some time thinking that what's really the idea behind cryptocurrencies? Okay, and if you dig deeper, you will find out that the real objective of cryptocurrencies is redistribution of wealth. Okay, but if MineBest just allow the rich to become richer, because if someone is willing to invest $500,000 into Bitcoin mining, he's already a rich person, right? And he will just get richer. Okay, what about those people, the average people who's ready to invest like $600, $1,000, $2,000? These people did not have a chance to become part of this. So MineBest came with an unbelievable idea. They created like a sister company, and it's called Mining City. Mining City is for the average people. Mining City is for the people who have big dreams, but they don't have big money. Mining City is for those who don't have money to have money. Okay, now they are giving the chance to a lot of people, because if you think about it really, how many people right now have $500,000 to invest into cryptocurrency mining compared to how many people who have $600? Of course, there is a huge difference, right? There is a bigger share of the world who have $600, $1,000, $3,000 to jump into the Bitcoin mining game, right? So by them allowing to all these masses to start with them in the business, there is a win-win situation here. The company will get more money, right, and buy more equipment, because it's very simple. Who do you think will get the reward faster, or will get the reward? The company who has more equipments, right? If you have more equipments, your chances of winning is higher, or your chances of solving the equation is higher than a company who has, not that much equipment, right? So by allowing the masses to join this opportunity, they can buy more equipment, and at the same time giving people the chance to become part of this revolution. So that's what Mining City. So if we like, let's just call it that way. That MineBest is like the wholesale, and Mining City is the retail. Okay, and I love their slogan. Actually, their slogan is "Together we grow." Okay, so let me just give you a couple of information about Mining City and MineBest. So they are right now ranked as one of the top 10 mining companies around the world. Okay, they have 400 employees, and they actually, this number is not really updated, the 440, because I just got a message from the CEO that we hit $507 million, $500 million in the past 1 year. Okay, in sales, they are growing in a massive way. Almost from 3,000 to 4,000 people who are joining Mining City every single day. Okay, the head office in Poland, in Warsaw, the headquarters, they have 4 mining farms. This huge place where you can do mining, I'm going to show you a couple of videos now. It's called the mining farm, a place where you have all these equipments connected to each, next to each other. So 4 mining farms in Kazakhstan. Why Kazakhstan? Because the electricity is very cheap over there. And in China, they have 2. And right now they are in negotiations with the president of Ukraine to build the next mining farm over there. Okay, actually, I just got yesterday the official registration documents by DHL for MyInvest, the registration documents of the company coming all the way from Poland, signed and stamped. Okay, so good. I just showed you now. I just received them last night. Okay, so what do we do exactly? We buy something called terahash. Terahash is like the power used to mine the bitcoins. Okay, for example, the cars are being measured by what? The horsepower, right? This device is measured by terahash per second. So this is what we really buy, or what we really rent, actually, because we rent the terahash. Everything is done on our behalf. They buy the equipments, they fix it, pay electricity, rent the lands, do everything. Okay, get the coins out, and then distribute daily dividends on all the shareholders. Depends on how much terahash do you have. As simple as that. Okay, so my mom and my dad, they're just getting paid every single day, coins in their wallets. Okay, that's the agreement between MyInvest and Mining City. Okay, let me show you a quick video for the office and the mining farm. Are you with me? I know no one will reply, but let me just feel that someone is here. Okay, so yeah, that's the office. Actually, this is the existing office, and right now they are moving. Let's say in the next like 2 to 3 weeks, they are moving to a much bigger office. That's the office. This is the mining farm, okay? See how huge, massive investments here. Okay. Actually, MyInvest is always there in any mining conference. They're always there as a gold package, this gold sponsorship, in any event, any mining event, any crypto event, you will find them over there. So that's like one was in Las Vegas. Let's move to the next one. Or yeah, let me just move to the other one.
Gomaa from Egypt.
Salah, Gomaa.
That event was in Indonesia in December last year. Okay, it was a very big event. People from Vietnam, from Indonesia, from South Korea.
Are you excited, guys? Are you excited? If you're really excited, give the person next to you a high five. Say, I'm fired up.
So how can you start and become part of the family? Let's just get into this. Okay, this is quickly share with you a couple of pictures here. That's for the mining farm. Like I said, guys, huge investments. You can see here all these cables and all these investments over there. Everything is done on our behalf. We are allowed to go and visit the farm. Okay, maybe after Corona. I was actually going before Corona, but you know, everything was canceled. But we are planning to travel after things get better. You are welcome to go there, visit the mining farm, have a tour. You see, you know, it's all secured very, very well. The equipments are insured as well. Okay, that's John, one of the biggest investors actually in Mining City. He invested more than 900,000 US dollars in Mining City. Okay, I met him in person in South Africa. He's a great person and he's a good friend of mine. That certificate actually from Green Data, the electricity provider. Okay, and that's like the contract, them renting or providing for them 50 megawatt of electricity and land supply for 5 years in Kazakhstan. Now, okay, where to start? Okay, or what can you invest in right now? There are two projects. Like I said, Bitcoin right now, and I told you remember the numbers for this reason. Right now we have 18.5 million coins, Bitcoin, out there. There are 2.5 million coins left to be mined, but the whole world are fighting to get them, right? So the competition is too much and it's too tough. There is actually an unbelievable idea right now to generate more cryptocurrencies. You can convert it to Bitcoin if you want. You can keep it as it is, which is Bitcoin Vault. For me, that's the new monster on the blockchain. Bitcoin Vault actually is developed with the same exact protocol of Bitcoin. 21 million coins as well, mined with the same machines exactly, same protocol, same algorithm, and the mining will also end by 2140. Okay, it also have this halving event, but it happens every 6 months, not every 4 years. I'm going to explain this later maybe. Okay, it has an extra level of security where you can retrieve your coins if anything happened and God forbid your wallet was hacked or anything. But of course, we give a lot of trainings on how to secure your wallets and everything. Okay, and at the same time, you can convert this coin once you send it to the exchange with a click of a button to Bitcoin. My own personal investments or my own portfolio is 60% Bitcoin Vault and 40% Bitcoin. Why I'm doing that? I saw with my own eyes Bitcoin Vault jumping from December 2019 from $4. Today, as we speak, the coin is for $180. Okay, so I'm a big firm believer in Bitcoin Vault as well. Now, remember when I told you Bitcoin was giving, the reward was 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes in 2009. So if you have mined Bitcoin in 2009, yeah, you are a lucky guy. Right now, if you mine Bitcoin Vault, you are extremely lucky because Bitcoin Vault is distributing or giving a reward of 150 coins every 10 minutes. Okay, so the people who will mine this coin at the beginning will collect as many coins as possible. And in my opinion, they will become, just I'm always tell the people, you know, in our team, in the family, say, guys, just be prepared to get rich with Bitcoin Vault. Okay. Now, what are the mining packages here? Okay, we have the platinum package, which is $12,600, and it gives you 126 terahash plus free terahash, free 12 terahash, sorry. So the total is 138, 126 plus 12 free terahash per second. The gold package, $4,200, and of course this is $4,200 worth of Bitcoin. You have to buy Bitcoins worth of this amount to be able to buy, because the company only accepts Bitcoin. Whether you buy the package of Bitcoin or the Bitcoin Vault package, you have to buy using Bitcoin. Okay, so you have to, and there are many ways to buy Bitcoins, whether from brokers, from Luno, from many places, from ATMs. There are many ways to buy Bitcoins and sell as well. Okay, so the platinum package, the gold package, the silver package, the bronze package, 12 terahash, and the standard package, which is the cheapest. Okay, package, which is 6 terahash. Okay, for me, this is maybe for people who are still in college or something. They have the chance to get started with mining with as low as $600. Now, if you buy the package today, after 10 days from buying, what will happen? the mining will start. And it will go on for 1,100 days, which is almost 3 years. Now, what should you expect from that? Okay, what you should expect is simply that you get back your initial capital within the first year, and then you have 2 years pure profit. Okay, of course, this is not a fixed percentage, guys. This is not a bank. That's a business. It can go higher, it can go lower a little bit. Okay, so this is business. But what's been happening for the past, period, and I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to open an account for you, and you can see with your own eyes how much is being paid on a daily basis. Your earnings are getting paid daily in your wallet. When can you withdraw? Anytime. So let's say, can I withdraw $10? Yes, you can. You don't have like a specific period that you can withdraw your money. You can withdraw anytime you want. If you're mining Bitcoin Vault, you'll get daily coins or daily portion of the coin in your wallet, and the equivalent in dollars, you will see it right now. I'm going to open the account. You can convert this Bitcoin Vault to Bitcoin. You can convert them to Bitcoin and then convert them to cash. You can keep them Bitcoin Vault as you like. Okay. The company never missed a day of mining. Okay, quickly, let me just show you here the platinum package. The platinum package, which is $12,600, it's giving on average from $80 to $100 daily earnings. Okay, can you imagine that? Okay, if it's $100, it's like $3,000 a month. You get your money back in 3, 4, 5, 6 months max, right? Okay, but I always say, let's just take it, that the first year you get your money back, the initial capital. Actually, your money is gone in machines. The money you paid goes to buy machines, and you start counting from zero. But what you should expect is what I'm saying right now, that in the first 1 year, you get back, you break even. Okay, of course, what's happening right now is much higher, but I always prefer to share the average, or I don't want to call it a worst case scenario, but it's a cool scenario. And still, in the world of business, breaking even in 1 year, that's an unbelievable return. Okay, I've done a lot of businesses, by the way, and it took me sometimes 3 years and 4 years to even break even the initial capital I invested. Okay, so, but let me show you a smaller account, a gold package. Let's just open a gold package. Okay. The gold package is for $4,200. I'm going to show you simply, and the gold package is simply a combination between a standard, a bronze, and a silver package. A standard, $600, a bronze, $1,200, and a silver, $2,400. The total is $4,200. That's the gold package. So every day you get paid in 3 lines. Plan 1, which is the standard, plan 2, the bronze, and plan 3, the silver, which I'm going to show you now. So let's check the wallet here. Everyone who signs up, of course, you get your website. You have a built-in wallet, okay, for Bitcoin and Bitcoin Vault, depending on which coin you are mining. But I always advise people to mine Bitcoin Vault right now. It gives a much higher rewards on a daily basis. If you want to convert every single Bitcoin Vault you get to Bitcoin, you are free to do that. But mine Bitcoin Vault. Okay, let me just show you something here. So today is the 31st. Already the mining has been paid already. Okay. So this is the gold package. Like you see here, there are 3 lines for the 31st of May, right? So plan 1, which is this one, the first one here. This is the one for $600. Okay. It generates approximately from $2 to $4 per day. Is that great or great? Right? If you bought the bronze package, $1,000, we're saying here from, let's say, from this is 2 to 4, this is, let's say, 4 to 8, $5 to $8 per day. Plan 3, which is the silver, you get from $13 to $16 per day. So a total of, let's say, 16 plus 8, that's 24. Guys, this is an unbelievable ROI. I think you can see that, right? We're talking about from $20 to $30 per day. Okay, let's say $20 per day, from $15 per day. Isn't that an unbelievable return? Doing nothing, you are sitting at home doing nothing, literally, right? Buying the package, the company doing everything on your behalf, and you get daily returns. Okay, so if you buy the gold package, you get the daily return in 3 lines. So your total of the day is $25, $26, depending on, and of course it's not fixed. So let's say let's just check the day before. The day before was a little bit higher, for example, 16, 8, and 4. You see here, 15, 7, and 3. You know, so it's not a fixed return, guys. And this is what you really get. You get pieces and bytes of the Bitcoin vault. This is what you really get. Okay, so the total in this wallet is 35 Bitcoin vault. I always tell people, guys, when you join this business, think with cryptocurrencies, don't think with US dollar. Try to do this paradigm shift to start thinking in crypto. Okay, because the coin, I told you, the coin was $4. Right now is what? $180. Okay, of course we'll teach you how to convert your coins to cash and to Bitcoin. Everything we teach you after you start, of course. We have different trainings, of course. Okay, so that's quickly. I was just wanted to show you this wallet. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, let's get back to here. Okay, we're almost done, guys. Yeah, the company right now is working on an unbelievable project right now, which is the new debit card. Okay, we're still in the ongoing process, but I'm sure in the next couple of months this card will be ready and available for orders. A debit card where you can load your coins and then withdraw cash from the ATM, any ATM in the world, not just a Bitcoin ATM, any ATM. So it's like an international card, for example. Okay, let's just take a quick example here and compare between Mining City and the bank. Okay, I'm not telling you go and get all your money from the bank and invest it in Mining City, because this is what my dad told me last night. Okay, he wanted to get all his money from the bank and put it in Mining City. He was so crazy by seeing the investment and the returns. I said, no, don't do that. Diversify. Why do I want to do that? Okay, so anyway, let's just take a simple example here that you invested. Let's say you bought 3 standard accounts. For example, 3 standard accounts. Remember, the standard account is giving how much? Let's go back here. Standard account is from $2 to $4, right? From 2 to 4. This is 4 already. So let's just say an average of $2 to $4 per day. So you invested $1,800 in Mining City or in the bank. Let's just take the bank first. I don't know about the banks in your country. Okay, in Egypt, the very, 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 very best interest you can get on a fixed deposit from 10 to 12 to 13% max per year. Okay, and it's actually getting lesser every year. So let's say I put a fixed deposit of $1,800 in the bank for 3 years, and I get 10% every year. This is $180. Let's say $200. I'm getting $200. Okay, for 3 years. So this is $600. So I gave the bank $1,800. I got it back $2,340. My initial capital, $1,800 plus, let's say it's $600. So let's say I gave the bank $1,800. I received it $2,400. Okay, that's the bank. And I'm sure that many countries right now, in maybe Australia or the US, you don't have even that much higher percentage on fixed deposits, right? Some countries have 0%, 0%. So you just keep the money in the bank for security reasons, you know, not for any interest. Okay, so let's take Mining City example here. $1,800 in Mining City, getting paid $2 to $4 on each account, and you have 3 accounts. Okay, so the total is from $6 to $9 approximately, right? Or 6 to 8, whatever. Okay, now let's take $6, $2 on each account. $2 multiplied by 3 accounts, so $6 in total. So $6 multiplied by 1,100 days, the average, the contract period. So the total is how much? $6,600. Let's remove the capital that we paid at the beginning, $1,800. So I'm left here with a net profit of $4,800. So if we're going to compare apple to apple, Mining City to the bank, net profit to net profit, Mining City is giving me $4,800 compared to the bank was giving me $600 at a 10% interest rate. Not considering the jump, the crazy jump that's happening right now in the coins, okay, price, and not considering the inflation that happens in our local currencies, okay? And of course, everything I'm sharing right now is an estimate based on what we are earning right now. I just opened to you the account and the mining that happened this night on the 31st of May, all right? Now, why Mining City is the best plan B right now? Small startup capital, okay? Show me a business that you can start today with $600 and that can give you this kind of returns, or $1,000 or $3,000 or whatever. Mining made possible again with very low budget, right? Very good ROI, no skills required. My mom and my dad, they didn't need any skills to get paid on a daily basis, right? Now, there is a massive opportunity. It's an optional opportunity. You don't have to become part of it. And we actually choose people. Not everyone is even allowed to become part of our marketing team. And you move from just becoming an investor to an investor and an educator. You learn and educate people as well. And if you do that, the company is putting a budget of 35% that is giving out as a referral program. You don't have to do that. It's an optional thing. You can just become an investor like my mom and my dad, okay? Or you can become like me and decide to take it to the next level. Okay, I am building the business in more than 35 countries right now. I'm doing nothing in my life except this business. I'm eating, drinking, doing everything with Mining City and the coins that I'm receiving every single day from the mining and from the marketing rewards. Okay, all right, we're almost done. Just let me share with you a couple of quotes here. One of my favorite quotes here for Richard Branson. He said, if someone or somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you are not sure you can do it, you know what to do? You say yes. Then learn how to do it later. It's absolutely impossible to learn everything in an hour. I've been studying for the past 3 years. What I shared with you today, guys, is more than enough for you to decide. I'm in or I'm out. Simple. You will learn as we go. Okay, but just take the decision that I'm part of this game, and then we start teaching you more and more. Okay. Another one of my favorite quotes is, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. You know, the biggest risk in life is not taking any risk. Okay, and looking always for the best and the ultimate guarantees in life. Guys, there are no guarantees in life. There is no guarantee that you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning next day. However, what you do, you set up your alarm, right? You go crossing the street. There are no guarantees that, God forbid, a car can just hit you, right? But what you do, you look left and right. You do your part, right? So this is what we did. We did our part. I met the CEOs. I saw the mining farms. I'm visiting the offices, right? I'm getting paid every single day. And if I'm not happy and everyone around me is happy, I would never talk to you today, guys. Okay? Now, another great one. Take risks. If you win, you will be happy. If you lose, you will be wiser. In Club Rich, that's our mantra. We never fail. We either win or we learn. Okay? By avoiding risk, you risk your whole life. Okay? We actually in Club Rich will love risk, because I know that the only way to get out from where I am to where I want to be is by taking a risk. Okay? Okay, let me just show you quickly. We're done. Quickly, some pictures. That's the ATM in South Africa. I've been there. You know, I've used it, converted my Bitcoins to cash, and the other way around, another Bitcoin ATM with myself, Gara, and Ahmed. In Hong Kong, in Bahrain, Bitcoin ATMs, guys, are all over the place. It's popping up every single day. Nigeria, guys, if you're from Nigeria here, you are getting ahead of the game, okay? In Italy, the Red Cross launches Bitcoin fundraiser to fight the coronavirus, and they were collecting donations in Bitcoin. Okay, you can just read with me here. Burger King in Venezuela, you can buy your burger using Bitcoin and Litecoin and Dash. Okay, and all these are cryptocurrencies already. Bitcoin books all over the place, all over the internet. There's a mosque in the UK accepting Bitcoin as donations. Tobacco shops in France selling Bitcoin. The UNICEF in France accepting Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. There's a bank, a real physical bank in Austria, in Vienna, where you can store, you sell, you buy your Bitcoins. Germany banks will start selling Bitcoin. House of Nakamoto in Amsterdam. Okay, of course, the internet is full of pictures and and news and all of that. You can find all of that on the internet. Exchange in Istanbul, in Turkey. Burger King in Germany. KFC in Canada. Denmark, restaurants, cinemas in Brazil. Starbucks will start accepting Bitcoin this year. Microsoft selling some of their products in Bitcoin. Those who are football fans, just watch out for Watford team, and you'll find the Bitcoin logo on their shirts. Taxis in New York. And I'm gonna stop at this one. And this is a homeless guy accepting Bitcoin for donations. If a homeless guy with his level of education got to the point where he's accepting Bitcoin for donations, we who have PhDs and master degrees and very well educated, we cannot miss this train, guys. Okay, I saw this opportunity in 2017. I jumped immediately into it, and I'm telling you, it's never too late, and the best time is right now. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. I hope you got some value from today's presentation.